Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here, back with some more EVE Online. And what you're seeing in the background is a quick level 4 mission that I did with my brother and Arvales. So doing these level 4 missions in a group, it's not the most efficient, but it can be fun from time to time, because it allows you to take out a smaller ship that you wouldn't usually take into a level 4 mission, such as this glass cannon Talos that I'm flying here. It's just some background video because the topic for today is actually pretty complex, so I do need to try and focus a little bit. But before I get started, I also want to give a quick thank you to Cellar Delazur, who gave me a nice donation of 20 million ISK for making the EVE Online videos. Thank you very much, that's very much appreciated. But let's move on to the current topic that is actually quite hot on Reddit at the moment. So if you want to read more about this yourself or participate in the discussion, I would advise you to go to reddit.com/r/eve and there you can find a thread called First CCP Response to Affiliate Link RMT Schemes. So what's this all about? Well, let's start. There are actually 3 scenarios and they involve Somerblink, real money trading, and the affiliate links, which are basically links which, for instance, Somerblink provides to other resellers of EVE timecode, such as Shattered Crystal and Marquee Dragon. So basically Somerblinks provides you with a link to buy an EVE timecode to one of those 2 websites who are allowed to trade to sell them by CCP. In exchange for using this link, the person that buys the EVE timecode receives some Blink points, which they can then use in the lotteries that are organized by Somerblink, which is actually a corporation behind a gambling system and a gambling website within EVE Online where you can gamble for ISK. But if you use up all your points, and if the calculation on Reddit is correct, if you use up all your points on a single gamble, you're actually certain to receive 150 million ISK. Now, the buyer receives these points or this ISK. On the other hand, Somerblink also receives a little bit of money. I think the number going around is something like a little bit over $1 for one sale of an EVE timecode. In exchange for this. And obviously this looks an awful lot like real money trading, because they are basically providing 150 million ISK or a chance to win more ISK in exchange for a little bit over $1 through the purchase of an EVE timecode. And one big part of this discussion is, of course, is this allowed? Now, as you know, the EVE Online player base is quite inventive in all of this stuff, and so a few very rich and entrepreneurial players decided, if Somerblink can do this, why can't I? And there is one player with a link on the forum who's actually pretty damn rich. It was something like having 70 billion ISK in his wallet, and a total, including the wallet, of 120 billion ISK in assets, who decides he wants to stop playing EVE Online. And basically he set up a forum post that if you use his affiliate link to one of these 2 sites, Shattered Crystal or Marquee Dragon, you will receive 500 million ISK from him in-game. And so for every 500 million ISK he pays out, he receives a little bit over $1. And the last update that I read on this basically states that he's already made $400, and if he manages to sell or basically use this scheme to get rid of all of his assets, he could go as high as $1,200 from this scheme. Yeah, obviously Somerblink, that's still going on. In fact, CCP has been very supportive of Somerblink lately, providing them with some very unique and very valuable ships. This guy with his scheme for giving 500 million ISK for use of the referral link is also still going, and in fact has already known quite a bit of success. But here comes a 3rd player on the scene who decided, well, I'm not going to give ISK straight away. Instead, I'm going to go a little bit more towards Somer's situation, and for use of my link, you get a chance in a lottery to win a Nix. So basically he's doing the same thing. He receives a little bit over $1 for every use of the link he provides. on every purchase of an EVE time code, but instead of providing them with ISK or some Blink lottery currency, he basically says you get a chance to win the Nix from my personal lottery, and that thread has actually been shut down by CCP. So basically they said that that is not allowed. Now this is a very interesting situation, and I think this is also something that's very I wouldn't say unique, but it's something that always pops up in the EVE Online community, is that there's always guys that will jump on such opportunities and that will test the lines of what's allowed and not allowed. And whenever CCP basically messes up a little bit, because why the hell would Somer Blink be allowed to do this and receive all the rewards for using this scheme, while other players would not be allowed to do this? So it's actually a very interesting discussion. I'm going to hold out on making any judgments myself at the moment, because I'd be fine either way. You know, I would totally understand if CCP says that this would be against the rules to use a scheme like this and basically to trade in-game assets for real life currency. But of course the fact that Somer Blink has been doing this for so long and has been supported puts CCP in a very different, difficult situation. And if they say that this is allowed, the impact on the game, I think, will basically mean lower prices for Plex, because more will come to the market and people will automatically receive more ISK through these referral programs. So I don't know, I don't think that I have a real problem with this per se, but what I do think is super important, of course, is that CCP shows a uniform rule for everyone. What I think would be absolutely not acceptable would be that this would be okay for Somer Blink, because, I don't know, they've been going for so long or they're so big or whatever, but that this guy doing the exact same thing, trying to create a lottery for his Nix in order to get clicks on his referral link, you can't allow one and then disallow and shut down the other one. So the fact that this thread is actually closed does put CCP, I think, in a very difficult position. I'm going to wait out for their official response, but yeah, it's one of those things, you know, whenever real money gets involved, the EVE Online community can get extremely inventive, and in fact I would not be surprised if the guy trying to do the lottery for the Nix and or the other player who provides 500 million ISK for every use of his referral link, or actually only doing this to force CCP into a clear answer on the issue. I would not be surprised that they're doing that, because these are very rich players that have the means to get this done, and that they're saying, what the hell, we need clarification on this, let's put CCP with their backs against the wall and try and do the exact same thing that Somer Blink does, and, well, CCP will have to really make a decision on this issue. So I think it's a very interesting discussion. I thought it was definitely worth a video, and again, if you want to read more about it or join the discussion, I would say go over to Reddit /r/eve. I'm sure you'll find the thread very easily, and a lot of the forum threads are also linked in there. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to talk about for today, guys. I think it's a decently interesting topic, and we'll have to wait and see what CCP decides is okay, is allowed or not allowed. It's actually it shows once again how incredibly inventive the EVE Online community is, and how careful CCP has to tread in basically anything they do that might divide the player base on certain issues. And I'm really surprised how long this has been going without a response, and I'm very curious to see what the response is going to be in the end. Anyways, thank you very much for watching and listening, and I'll see you all next time.